lay yourself a foundation to be a solid, really successful bass angler, it's the trolling motor operation, it's your casting skills in correlation with each one of those. So I really want to focus today on our trolling motor skill running. Okay, now first of all, trolling motors. A lot of different ones out there. The ones that I use, guys, this is the Minn Kota Ultra X80. I've got on my Vexus 1980 here. All trolling motors anymore. The big difference, guys, anymore is that over the past 5 or 10 years, the trolling motor technology and the improvements in the trolling motors are incredible. It's like we have got really good trolling motors in 2025 compared to what it was back in the 90s. Because when I was, fishing tons of tournaments back in the 90s, everybody I knew, including myself, had to carry a spare trolling motor with us, because I'd have to change it out 3 or 4 times a year. You'd have those circuit boards break, you'd have the cables break, you'd have everything break with it. So it was typical. I got to where I could change out my trolling motor just in a split second because I did it so much. Now you don't ever do that. You see that anymore. People don't ever carry trolling motors, extrins with them. Trolling motor technology has really advanced, so consider yourself fortunate if you're a bass fisherman today. Okay, let's talk about trolling motor operation, some of the biggest mistakes and some of the things that you want to overlook and some of the things that you really want to do. First of all, when you're talking about trolling motor and you're talking about maximizing the amount of fish you catch with a trolling motor, it all has to do with your boat positioning in relationship to the cover that you're fishing. Now, I'm primarily talking about, visible targets here, but not necessarily. You can apply the same thing if you're fishing a drop off or a ledge or a grass bed edge you can't see. You have to have your boat positioned correctly in order to catch that fish. And one of the biggest problems that people have on trolling motor operation is they do not understand the correct speed to run their trolling motor at. They either come in, too fast or too slow to a piece of cover. And the importance, or the thing that you have to master with the trolling motor, is you have to learn how to approach a piece of cover, whether, again, it's a drop off or a log in the water or a dock or whatever, at the right speed and the right angle. Now, this is based upon the technique that you're using. So say, for example, if you're flipping a bunch of really thick bushes or thick grass beds where you're pitching and flipping real slow, obviously, you can't blow through something like that. You got to work through those areas like a snail. But if you're just like flinging a spinnerbait down a flat or something and, fan casting and burning water, you can dial it up a little bit. And every other piece of cover in between there has a different degree of speed that you approach the cover